Using equipment far less expensive than the instruments aboard billion-dollar spacecraft, astronomers captured images of 3I Atlas that are sharper, clearer, and more detailed than anything the space agency has released, and people noticed. Side-by-side comparisons spread across social media within hours. On one side, Craggs's crisp images showing structured geometry, distinct luminosity, and defined shape. On the other, NASA's soft, washed-out image that looks more like a rough calibration frame than the clearest view yet they promised. The contrast is impossible to ignore. One man with a backyard telescope outperformed the high-resolution imaging science experiment aboard the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. An instrument that's captured detailed surface textures on Mars from hundreds of miles away suddenly can't deliver a clear image of an interstellar visitor? That's the question everyone's asking, and NASA's explanation isn't helping. Paul Craggs, known in astronomy circles for his meticulous imaging techniques, had been tracking 3I Atlas since its first appearance. Unlike many observers, he approached the object with extended exposure imaging, advanced stacking techniques, and a refined calibration method he developed himself. His resulting images show a structured luminous body surrounded by a faint glowing envelope with distinct geometry. Multiple observations reveal an elongated luminous structure with what appears to be a central core and rising streams of reflected or emitted light on either side. The object looks neither like a comet nor a simple fragment of interstellar rock. Instead, its shape appears structured, symmetrical, and highly unusual. This has led many to believe Craggs captured features that NASA either didn't show or chose not to emphasize. NASA's live stream aired toward the end of October. The agency promoted it as the moment the public would finally receive a high-definition look at 3I Atlas. They emphasized that the high-resolution imaging science experiment camera on the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter had captured what it described as one of the clearest views yet of the object. The world waited with great anticipation, especially after weeks of speculation and buildup. When the image was finally displayed, viewers were taken aback. Instead of the crisp, detailed portrait many expected from a multi-billion-dollar spacecraft, they were presented with a soft, washed-out appearance that provided only the faintest hint of the object's structure. Observers found the timing of NASA's release particularly puzzling. Nearly a full month had passed since the high-resolution imaging science experiment had gathered the data. NASA explained the delay by referencing the government shutdown that had paused operations across multiple departments. The prolonged silence left many believing the agency may have been deciding how best to handle information that appeared inconsistent with amateur observations. Craggs's photographs are now considered some of the most significant civilian images ever captured of an interstellar object. In contrast, NASA's blurred presentation has raised questions about whether the agency is intentionally withholding detailed data. People began revisiting earlier interstellar anomalies, noting that NASA's imaging of Oumuamua had also lacked clarity. Once again, amateur renderings and simulations looked more structured than official releases. These objects may have characteristics that challenge conventional scientific explanation. Public reaction to NASA's release continues to reveal widespread skepticism. Some argue that NASA's explanation of a low-quality image due to distance or angle doesn't align with the capabilities of the high-resolution imaging science experiment. Ultimately, the debate surrounding Craggs's images and NASA's official photograph reflects a larger shift in public expectation. People are no longer satisfied with vague, unimpressive images of significant interstellar events. The question isn't just about equipment or budget, it's about what we're being allowed to see and what we're not.